Joined by UNCW head coach Buzz Peterson. To his left, Craig Ponder. To his right, Shane Rybold. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Peterson on the game, and then raise your hand for questions. We'll bring the mic around.
That was a tough ball game there. I feel like our young men played extremely hard. They've done that most all year. Going into the ball game, Upshaw and Naismith are two young men that we want to make sure we kept below their averages. They've had a tremendous year. Other things we're trying to pinpoint were to keep them off the offensive glass, and they got way too many 14 offensive boards on, so that hurt us a little bit there. So we had our chances there. Towards the end, we had a couple opportunities to convert on offense and go for us, and then on the other end, we came up a little short on defensive end, and probably got a couple calls that came out on the short end of those, about 2 or 3 of them, but that's how basketball goes. You got to live with it and keep moving forward. But it's tough for a young man on my right here who's worked so hard in his 4 years here, and to come up short like he did and back in his hometown, and he's made tremendous strides. And like I told every one of them, get your head up and walk out of this arena. You got a lot to be proud of. And every day going into practice or going to a game, I enjoyed being around this team because they competed and they worked extremely hard every day. So they got a lot to be proud of to walk out of here.
Questions?
Buzz, I think you guys missed the last 6 shots. I mean, did you like those shots? Did you feel like you guys were doing what you wanted in the last 2 minutes?
We might have forced a couple. I like Craig's going there on the left side, his strong hand, going in there. Shane missed one or two, but that, they were trying to swat it in there. And I guess we might have took a little quick ones here and there. We were trying to get the tempo. We felt like we could wear them down a little bit, and that's why we scrambled a little bit, trying to speed up the tempo of the ball game. Then we went to a zone there late and tried to just give them a different look. But they got so many. I tell you, Robinson is really playing better for a freshman. He's really picked up here late and had some big baskets for them. So, yeah, we probably took some questionable shots, but when you're in that mode and that late in the game, you got to let it go a little bit.
That last 2.5 minutes kind of just played out. Is there anything you wish you would have done looking back to maybe stop that momentum?
Well, I mean, I guess we got to hit a shot. I mean, I think the thing I do remember, Dylan had that wide open 3 in the corner. If that had gone down, it may have helped us out a little bit. But, it was hard to stop the ball game, get the timeout, unless we could convert and get layup or foul them, put them at the free throw line.
Coach, you came out hot from 3. You made 5 of your first 7. I think you missed your next 11 after that. Just shots not falling. Anything Hofstra did defensively?
Well, we took 24 threes. That's a lot for us. That's a lot. We don't really rely on it. We hit 8. That might be Joe, I don't know, maybe a season high for us this year, those 8 threes. So we don't like to take a lot of those. We like to get the inside out as much as we can. But Craig is able to hit some, and I never thought coming into this arena we'd be able to hit 8 threes in a ball game, but I'll take it.
Craig, you haven't really had a night like that this year. I guess what was it about tonight that made it your time to kind of step up on offense?
Win or go home. Really, my seniors on my team, my coaches, I didn't want to let anybody down, and I wanted to really step it up in the tournament just because it's either win or go home. So I would try to play my heart out for these guys.
Buzz, 70 points tonight, 8 turnovers. On any other night, that's a W.
Yeah, and 16 assists on top of that. But you look through the stat sheet, and we play a lot of people, platooning and everything. And one thing I want to see when I pick this thing up after the ball game is those rebounds were not at 14; they were 5 or 6, something like that. Offensive rebounds for Hofstra. And I want to make sure that Upshaw didn't have his 23 and Naismith were down a little bit. So when those things are happening for them, they're pretty tough to handle. And Joe used his timeouts when he needed to, because I was usually trying to get into their bench a little bit. I was trying to run them down some as much as we could by platooning and putting extra people in.
Where do you go from here?
I hate it for the seniors. It's especially this guy right here, how far he's come. And these other guys, we got to continue to work them pretty hard and have some people join them next year and keep moving forward and try to get this thing turned around.
One more here.
Shane, obviously a tough ending for you, but what did you think was kind of the difference there in those last 2 minutes, from a point where you had a 1-point lead to not scoring again?
They made some plays down the stretch, and we didn't. And, I just thought the ball bounced the wrong way tonight. I don't really. I guess I have to go watch it again, and I think a few calls here and there would have helped us out, but it is what it is.
Anything else for these guys? All right.
Just real quick, you guys lost a lot of these kind of close games. I mean, what do you think it was, Coach, that kind of held you guys back in these situations, for most of the year?
I mean, we got to be able to finish on. I mean, converting layups and stuff like that. We got to get defensive stops. We tried some zone there late, tried to give them a different look. You've got to, what I call turkeys. You got to get 3 consecutive stops. These guys know that. If you can get consecutive stops, score here and there on the other end, you can win a ball game. But if you're not able to get the turkey 3 consecutive stops, it's hard to win the games late. And but we had some opportunities to score those that just didn't go down for us, and some of those baskets there on those drives. And again, I don't know why I go back to Dylan's 3 in that corner that he was open. I felt that was a pretty big shot. But he played a great game. If that had gone down, it might have been a different little outcome. Not sure when that happened, though.